I picked them up at a motel out past New Egypt, in the part of the county that's mostly farms and fields and the occasional sad little motel that exists for reasons you don't ask about. The ride was ordered under the husband's name. When I pulled up, he was the only one there. A thin man, maybe 35, in a t-shirt that hung off him, with the kind of thinness that makes people assume things. He was standing by the motel office with a few garbage bags of belongings and a car seat and a folded stroller. He looked tired and wound up at the same time. The specific tension of a man who has been dealing with something and isn't done dealing with it. He came to the window. He said, "Hey, sorry, man. My wife and kids are coming. They walked down to the corner store. They'll be right back. Is that okay? You're not going to charge me extra for waiting, right?" There was something defensive in how he asked it, like he was used to being charged extra, like he was used to being the problem. I said, "No extra charge. Take your time. I'll help you load up." And I watched something in his shoulders drop, just a little. We loaded the garbage bags and the car seat into the back while we waited, and up the road, walking along the shoulder where there's no sidewalk, came his family, a woman about his age and two little girls, maybe 4 and 6. They'd clearly been having a hard stretch, the kind of hard stretch that shows. Their clothes were dirty. The little girls' faces were smudged. As they got closer, I could tell the family hadn't had easy access to a shower or a laundromat in a while. I'm going to be honest with you about what went through my head, because the whole point of telling you this is the honesty. My head started writing a story. My head looked at the thinness, the garbage bags, the dirt, the motel in the middle of nowhere, and it started filling in blanks. Drugs, maybe? Welfare? Trouble? My head did the thing all our heads do. It took a few details and built a whole judgment out of them. Fast. Automatic. Before I'd even heard these people say a word. I'm not proud of it, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't happen. It happens to all of us. The brain is a fast and lazy storyteller, and it loves a stereotype, because a stereotype saves it the work of actually paying attention. Then they got to the car, and the dad's whole face changed when he saw his girls. The tension melted off him. He crouched down and said, "There they are! Did you get the thing?" And the older girl held up a pack of those little powdered donuts, triumphant, and said, "They had the white ones!" And he said, "The white ones! That's the good ones!" Like she'd brought home treasure. He buckled the little one into the car seat himself, carefully. He checked the straps twice. He smoothed her hair back from her smudged little face and said, "Okay, Peanut, we're going to the new place now. The new place has a fridge that works. You can have cold milk again." And the little girl said, "Cold milk," like it was Christmas. The mom got in. She said, "Thank you so much for waiting. I'm sorry, the store was further than we thought." She was soft-spoken and exhausted, and her eyes kept checking on her kids, the constant low-level scan of a mother, making sure everybody's okay. We pulled out. We were going to another motel, about 20 minutes away. And the dad, once we were driving, started to explain. He didn't have to, but I think he was a man who'd been made to feel like a criminal one too many times that day, and he needed to tell somebody his side. He said the fridge at the last place was broken, busted. It wasn't keeping anything cold. We got 2 little kids. You can't have a fridge that doesn't work when you got little kids. The milk goes bad. Everything goes bad. So I told the owner, "Hey, the fridge isn't working. Can you fix it or move us?" And you know what he did? He said I broke it. Said I must have done something to it. Said he was going to charge me for it. His voice climbed. "I didn't touch his fridge. It was broke when we got there. But because of how we look, he just decided it was me. Decided I was the kind of guy who breaks a fridge. Wouldn't even listen." The mom put her hand on his knee. A small, practiced gesture. Easy. The kids. He took a breath. He lowered his voice. "I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. You get tired of people deciding who you are before you open your mouth." And I felt it land in my chest like a stone, because I had done it too. Not out loud, but in my head. In the first 10 seconds, I had decided who he was before he opened his mouth. The motel owner just had less of a filter than me. That was the only difference between us. He said the quiet part out loud. I'd kept mine quiet. But it was the same story, the same lazy story. And this man had spent his whole day, maybe his whole life, being read by people like us before he got a chance to be a person.
So I did the only thing I could do to make it right, which was nothing dramatic. I just talked to him like a man. I said, "That's not right what the owner did. A broken fridge is a broken fridge. That's on him, not you. And you're doing the right thing. You don't sit in a place with no working fridge when you've got kids. You're handling it, moving to a place that works. That's what a dad does." He looked at me in the mirror, and I watched a man who'd been braced for judgment all day realize he wasn't going to get it from me. He said, Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to get them somewhere the milk stays cold." The older girl from the back said, "Daddy, can we have a donut now?" He said, "After we get to the new place, we'll have donuts and cold milk, like a party." And the little girls in the back seat started chanting, quietly, happily, "Cold milk party, cold milk party." And the mom laughed, tired but real. And for a second, the whole car was light. We got to the next motel. It wasn't much nicer than the last one, but it was the next place. And the next place is where the hope lives when you're moving from a hard place. We unloaded the garbage bags and the car seat and the stroller. The mom thanked me about 4 times. The dad shook my hand, a real handshake, firm, and said, "I appreciate you, man. Seriously, you're all right." I said, "You take care of those girls. They're great kids." He looked at them, both of them now jumping on the curb, waiting to go see the new room, waiting for the cold milk party. And his whole face was pride and exhaustion and love all mixed together. He said, "They're everything. They're the whole reason for everything." I drove away. In the mirror, I watched the 4 of them walk toward the motel room door, the dad carrying the car seat and a garbage bag, the mom holding both little hands, the girl skipping. Here's what I think about now. I think about how easy it is to write somebody's whole story from the outside. A thin man, some garbage bags, 2 dirty kids, a motel in the middle of nowhere, and the brain just fills it in. Drugs, welfare, trouble, a bad guy. We do it in seconds. And the worst part is, we don't even notice we're doing it. Because it feels like seeing instead of judging. It feels like just noticing what's there. But I didn't know one single true thing about that family. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe there was addiction in that story somewhere. Maybe there was illness, or a job lost, or a house lost, or a run of the kind of bad luck that can put any family in a motel with garbage bags. I don't know. I never will. All I actually saw, the only thing I saw with my own eyes, instead of my lazy, fast storytelling brain, was a father who checked the car seat straps twice and got excited about white powdered donuts because his daughter was excited, and was moving his family to a place with a working fridge so his kids could have cold milk, and got angry, righteously, correctly angry, at a man who decided who he was before he opened his mouth. That's a father loving his kids. Full stop. That's the only thing I actually witnessed. Everything else was a story I made up. I've thought
thought a lot about the motel owner since then. About how he looked at that family and saw a fridge breaker. And about how I looked at that family and saw, for the first 10 seconds, almost the same thing. And about how the only thing that separated me from the owner was that I caught myself, and he didn't.
I want to be the kind of man who catches himself every time. I want to be the kind of man who treats the guy with the garbage bags like a man. Because he is a man, and a good one. And his kids are everything to him. And he deserves at least one person that day who doesn't decide who he is before he opens his mouth. There's a line I think about. The idea that you'd rather work for a paycheck than wait around to win the lottery. That family wasn't waiting on a lottery. Nobody was coming to rescue them. They were just doing the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Moving to the next place, getting the fridge that works, keeping the milk cold, keeping the family together, one hard, ordinary day at a time. That's not glamorous. Nobody makes movies about it. But it's the most honest kind of brave there is.
I hope they're okay. I hope the new fridge worked. I hope those 2 little girls grow up and barely remember the motels, and remember instead a dad who threw them a cold milk party every time things got hard. I hope, wherever they are tonight, the milk is cold. It's not much to hope for, but for them, that day, it was the whole world. And who am I to say it isn't?